Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Ethereum is still consolidating here. It did not manage to break out yesterday. It had an hourly bullish engulfing candle here, but it didn't use that opportunity to break out. So it continues to be caught in this, you could say triangle shape pennant pattern that we talked about in yesterday's video. And at the moment we just are consolidating, and such a sideways consolidation generally is a bullish signal. It is something that after a long uptrend or after a strong uptrend, you would call that maybe a bull flag, but rather a bullish pennant. Now you don't really have pennants in Elliott Wave, but they are obviously still a pattern that can be recognized, and a breakout of the pattern to the upside would indicate trend continuation. They are generally trend continuation wave patterns, and in my opinion, we have a certain good likelihood that the low actually could already be in here. Now, primarily, I still expect it to go into this yellow box actually. Maybe not that deep, but at least get to it. That box is between 1445, 1446 and 1524, 1525. Because if I, measure the Fibonacci retracement levels for this, the retracement of wave 3, I would normally want to see it to get into this level. I just need to see, I measured from the wrong starting position. Let me just do that again. Because what I want to measure is the length just purely of wave 3 and the retracement of it. And here you can see why this level or why this range has been defined. Because in a wave 4, you would normally expect it to get into this region. As a minimum 1523, 1524. Now we did get yesterday to 1536, and that dip yesterday allows us actually to count this wave 4 as an ABC and to make a case that it might be complete. But it's not high confidence that it's complete. It is an ABC. It can be counted as that. That would of course not be an Elliott wave triangle. You still get the triangle shape, but it can be counted as an ABC. So theoretically, the minimum requirements for this wave 4 are done. Now, ideally, I would like it to go a bit lower, but, and this is where sometimes obviously things are a bit unclear, especially when you get to micro counting. I could find a way to push another 1-2 setup in here. Now, if that is the case, and let's say we've got here our 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 setup, then I would measure the length of this third wave, not from this low at 1298 or 1300, but I would measure it from 1340. And if I do that, then you can actually see that we have reached yesterday pretty much the 23.6% retracement. So for me, it means, we need to be on the lookout that at any point in time, this move could now go higher. But to get clarity, we need to wait for a signal. Without a signal, we can't really get anything. Hoping and thinking and believing doesn't really help you in financial markets. So we want to see a signal. For me, the best signal we can get that a direct breakout is occurring, and basically an earlier breakout without getting into this larger yellow area, would be a move above the 1583 level here, or 1584, the wave B high. So the break above the wave B high is always the best indication you can get that things are changing, that things are moving. So the 1584 level, keep an eye on that level, and then we can push higher straight away. Until we get above that level, my expectation would actually be to get into this area in yellow. And gave you the targets for that. So this is at the moment where we just need to wait for a signal, as we normally have to in such a pattern. But generally it is, for me, all trend continuation still. As you can see on the roadmap, this is, in my opinion, still going to move higher. And wave 1, in my opinion, isn't complete yet. Talked about in previous videos about my strategy about it. I talked when I took profits. I talk about when I accumulate again. My next accumulation area will be here, this wave 2 low. And then we should all be in the rally here for wave 3. And we can't really calculate yet where that will go, this wave 3 of the larger wave 3. But the overall larger wave 3 should take us into the region around $3,000. So I'm talking about this to wave 1, this to wave 2, and then the wave 3 around $3,000. And we're now only very early in this process, right? And that's why this wave too low will make the next possible entry point and the next interesting entry point for me. So that's at the moment all looking good. Maybe one more look here at the indicators when they start to shift. So the hourly MACD, just zoom in a bit. So the hourly MACD has not yet shifted back to the upside. So here we can still see increasing negative momentum, even though we might do a double bottom here. So as soon as we see this turn around and reverse to the upside, that could be a signal that also the price is going to move again to the upside. Here the RSI still continues to come down in momentum. So this is also still confirming the sideways movement until we see a change here. I think also the price isn't going to do much. The 4 hour is actually losing bullish momentum at the moment. So that would rather confirm my view that we will get a bit lower into the yellow area. But obviously it hasn't played out as bearish crossover yet. At the moment we could prevent also a bearish crossover on the RSI, but we are pretty much overbought here. So a bit of a retracement in wave 4 wouldn't be problematic. It would actually be good for the chart, I believe, to basically, just prepare for the next rally. So let's see. I think, again, primarily another low in this area and then move up, but we need to be ready because we are in an uptrend. So this uptrend isn't over yet. An early breakout in such a bullish situation is, of course, always possible. But I talked about my strategy before. I personally don't mind either way because I have my entries were positioned in a way that gives me now the greatest degree of flexibility and freedom that I want, really, that I can get. So I am very flexible in terms of, do I want to take profits? Do I take profits a bit higher? Do I accumulate again? So that's all good, and that was all part of the plan. I always encourage people to think strategically when it comes to these decisions. Not just think ahead. Think 1 or 2 steps ahead. That is why I communicated my buy area was down here. It's not here. A lot of people ask me now, is it too late to get in or whatever? Now I can't often help with that because I can only communicate what I do, and when the train is running, I'm not going to jump on the train. For me, I entered the train when it was in the train station, right? Now it's left the building slowly, and then it obviously is now running at high speed, so I'm not trying to catch it. I'm waiting until it gets into the next station, right? Just to sort of visualize that. Okay, and that's my update about Ethereum. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.